Welcome to the fan zone. I'm your host, William Beeler. We're we're back after being on a long hiatus. Um, yeah, it's been about maybe a month and a half since we did an episode. I just had to lock in on school to finish off. But anyway, we're back. Um, Today will be a shorter episode, so I can get back, and then I'll get back in the group of things in a while. What I'm thinking about doing a time in the summer is things like what ifs. Like, for example, one of my next episodes will be what if the BCS era had a 12 team college football playoff. I'm working on that currently, and I'll have an episode about that soon. But yeah, anyway, let's get right to it. We only have two. I'm only going to talk about two topics today. First off, uh, shout out to the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't watch hockey, but congrats on them winning the Stanley Cup. Um, it's I mean, great for the Carolinas. Especially where I'm from. Great. Unfortunately, my Panthers haven't won the Super Bowl, um, but yeah, shout out to the Hurricanes and congrats to them on winning the Stanley Cup. Speaking of pro champion, as y'all know, the Knicks won the NBA Finals. It was their first ever title since 1973. In that year, they had players such as they had Mr. Walt, they had Walt Frazier, and Willis Reed in their team. Um, yeah, that was a good team. Um, anyway, yeah, the Knicks won the series 4-1. Um, over the Spurs. Oh my goodness, choked. They choked They choked a lot of games. So obviously, Knicks won game one. 105-95. 105-95. Which continued on the Knicks' impressive run. Yeah, Brunson clutched up with 30 points that game. And you had game two, Knicks won by a point, 105-104. This game was more evened out. Wemby still had a good game for the Spurs, but they fell. And you had Cat, Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson was points in the lower 20s. And you had game three, the Spurs finally got one. Wemby had 32 that game, and Brunson too. And then obviously, game four, the historic game, the Spurs choke a 29-point lead, and the Knicks were led by OJ Anunoby's 33 points and Jalen Brunson's 36 points, and obviously he had one of the greatest plays ever, the tip in play by Anunoby to win the next game five. I mean game four, sorry. And then obviously game five, Spurs choke again. Knicks win. Jalen Brunson with 45 points to win Finals MVP. But yeah, so congrats to the Knicks. But kudos to the Spurs. Wemby, didn't win the Finals this year. He'll be back. Yeah, he'll be back. For but yeah, this is it's great. It's crazy that New York wins. And yeah, they're also sad the city of New York is literally a zoo. I mean, the uh, the city is insane. People are getting hurt. Buses are getting set fire. It's just insane. Like, you don't need to do that stuff. You can be happy for your team winning, but you don't do stuff that's crazy. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, the Knicks win the finals, and yeah, congratulations to them. Okay. Last topic of the day. Brendan Sorsby, Texas Tech quarterback, who was banned by the NBA for his gambling, won a court case where now he can play. He can play the 2026 season. Okay, we'll break down the full story, and I'll get my thoughts on it. Okay, so yeah, Brendan Sorsby for like over 4 years has been majoring 90K on 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 pro sports and collegiate sports. Um, and also, and something crazy in 2022, he wagered over 40 bets when he was a redshirt at Indiana, which he had bets on his team to win. Now, however, there there was no evidence um that he tried to to tamper with the outcomes so he could win money. Just like Cha- Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. But yeah. So because the NCAA discovered this, I mean, they ruled him ineligible, and at the same time, Sorsby was like get in a treatment center for humiliation addiction. And after this, I mean, Sorsby and his legal team they lawsuit they tried to lawsuit the NCAA and challenge him in court. Um, but yeah, and then judges end up granting him granting him eligibility to play for Texas Tech this year. Um, and it's crazy. I okay. What are my thoughts on this? It's stupid. Like, why you let him go unpunished? Like, okay, to be fair, he will be suspended for the first 2 games, but he shouldn't play at all. Like, he shouldn't play at all. Like, you gamble. You're a professional sports athlete. You don't gamble. And okay, as a Christian, my stance on gambling is, I think gambling it's addictive, and even if you're like, okay, oh, I want to place one small bet, it could be like it's like a drug. It's like, okay, I look at it one time, or no, it's like a drug. I use it one time. Yeah, sorry, it's like a drug. It's like, okay, I look at it, or it's something that did. I look at it one time. I use it one time, but then you get hooked on it. It's gambling is addictive, and that's something like I had to think about. I'm gonna be 18 in a few months, and for like I think maybe 5 months, but anyway, in November. But that's something I have to think about. Like, like my heart. It's like I feel myself like, as much as being a sports fan, I feel myself like falling in the trap of just gambling in college, where my parents are not around. So that's something I have to think about. Like, I have to make I got to put some parameters in place, like you know, like even if I want to do one, I don't do a bet at all because I could feel myself, wasting my life just and losing a lot of money. That's something I had to think about. Um, so as an advice to y'all out there, I don't think it's wise to gamble because I mean it can ruin your life. It can be a lot of debt, and I mean, yeah, I mean it's just not good at all. Um, but yeah, back to the so that's just something I wanted to an advice I wanted to give y'all. But yeah, back to Brendan Sorsby. Yeah, Texas Tech. I mean, they, they haven't. I mean, they should punish him, but uh, all they said is they're gonna support him, which yeah, that's good. But I get people don't want to hear that. They probably want to hear like we're supporting you and we'll be there for you, but we need to punish you because you did something. You need to own up to your mistakes. You need to learn, and you're not. How are you gonna learn from them if you're not punished? That's just my thing. Like it's like okay, you can gamble, and then it's like okay, I gambled. All right, I have no consequence for my action. I have a lot of money, so because he probably doesn't. You won't learn because I mean he has $5 million, so like he's rich from all the NIL and stuff. So it's like there's got to be it's it's crazy, but then something else is crazy. Yeah, I think this is not as crazy, but there are some Big 12 teams. There are some Big 12 teams that say like if you know when he just plays that they might even refuse to play Texas Tech, but that would result in a forfeit. That would lose all the money. Yeah, the TV deals, the schools would lose money and stuff. Which yeah, I get. You don't want to play against someone, play a team who was like, okay, we're letting a dude who gambled play. I get that. I really get that. But if you want to if you want to prove something, just beat Texas Tech. Just yeah, play fair and beat them. That's all I gotta say. Um, but yeah, it's a crazy story, and if there's any more news in the following days or months, I'll be sure to let y'all to keep up with it. Um, but yeah, well, thank you for tuning into the program. Um, I'll be sure to release more episodes soon. Until then, peace out.